Hello everyone, welcome to my week 5 multimedia presentation, which is actually the Screencast-o-matic presentation for the week. This is for MP 540, Human Resource Management for the Public Sector, and this is Uli Martinez. Here's a quick overview of what I'll be discussing today. I chose these 5 different concepts from the book. And I'm going to start off with motivation. Motivation in the book is described as the internal energy that drives individuals to learn and persist towards goals. It's crucial for learning success because employees are more likely to engage when they see the relevance of the training and feel supported by management. Motivation can be increased by clearly explaining the purpose of training and addressing concerns about how new practices will affect daily work. For the source that I chose, I located an article titled Motivation Training Employees, and this article emphasizes that motivation is a critical factor in successful employee training. It also explains that motivated employees are more engaged, learn faster, and retain information better. The article strategies such as personalization, goal setting, emotional engagement, and managerial support can be incorporated into the videos that I make for training content that is relevant and motivating. Using these techniques will help me ensure that learners stay interested and see the purpose behind training. The next concept that I chose was feedback. And feedback, as described in the book, enhances learning when it is immediate, direct, and constructive. It helps learners adjust their behavior, reinforce correct actions, and correct mistakes. The chapter emphasizes that feedback should be objective and balanced, combining both guidance and encouragement to improve performance and promote reflection. I located a video on the TED YouTube channel talking about the secret to giving great feedback. The video explains why giving feedback is difficult and often ineffective. Most people either soften criticism too much or deliver it too harshly, triggering defensiveness. To improve feedback delivery, the speaker shares a 4-step formula. 1. Ask a small yes question to prepare the recipient. 2. Use specific data-driven observations. 3. Explain the impact of the behavior. And 4. End with a question to invite dialogue. This video's clear 4-step formula for delivering feedback offers a practical, structured method that can be taught in the training. The next concept that I chose was positive reinforcement. And in the book, positive reinforcement is a form of feedback that strengthens desired behaviors by acknowledging accomplishments. It boosts morale and encourages learners to continue improving. The chapter notes that reinforcement should be personalized and supportive, helping employees stay motivated and engaged in the learning process. I found an article on positive reinforcement, and it highlights how consistent, genuine recognition from managers fosters higher employee engagement. It draws from Disney's Institute practices, recommending personalized acknowledgement tailored to individuals. When employees feel seen and cared for authentically, their commitment, team collaboration, and performance improve. The next concept that I chose was on-the-job training. In the book, on-the-job training involves learning while doing the actual job, supported by coaching from experienced employees. It applies formal knowledge to real-world tasks and is cost-effective. I also located a video on-the-job training, and the video talked about how on-the-job training is widely used, hands-on, and cost-effective method for employee development. However, its success depends on how structured and formal the training is. Effective on-the-job training requires choosing trainers with not only technical skills, but also strong communication and teaching abilities. This would be important for my training video because I would be able to emphasize key factors that include trainer selection, structures, resources, and management support in on-the-job training. And lastly, I chose the concept mentoring. And mentoring is a long-term developmental relationship between a more experienced individual and a less experienced employee. It focuses on broader career guidance, skill development, and personal growth. I located an article that was a field study that examined how peer mentor training affects employees' perceptions of mentoring and knowledge sharing. The survey data from 222 software firm employees showed that training increased perceived peer mentoring, which in turn was linked to higher levels of organizational knowledge creation and sharing. Feedback from both peers and managers confirmed this relationship. The study concluded that enhancing peer mentoring through training can boost knowledge sharing, potentially giving firms a sustainable competitive advantage. The study's findings on peer mentoring emphasize its role in enhancing knowledge sharing and organizational learning. My training video can introduce mentoring as a valuable follow-up or complement to formal training, encouraging participants to seek or become mentors to sustain their development and support the organization's growth. That is all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching.